It means a ton, but I think the thing that's pretty cool is the last 7 years since I left, I've had some awesome experiences. So, it's almost as if I went away to grow, to learn, to win at a high level, to come back and try to do it again here. That's been cool, and it's been special with the excitement and the welcoming that I'm getting from the fans and the community.
What are the biggest things you took from working with Coach Drew, with Mark Few, and all the coaches you've had over the years?
I can't really pinpoint one, but I would say the most important one is probably just the overall feel and confidence and being able to run a program. I wasn't in a rush to become a head coach. I took my time, and I've had other opportunities along the way. But being able to have the time that I had with Coach Drew Bryce, who's one of my best friends, and then to be able to have the 4 years that I had with Coach Few, I mean, it kind of just it helped me develop my own philosophy, kind of taking bits and pieces from both those guys. And now I'm ready to kind of do mine.
I guess how would you describe that philosophy?
I think uh from from an offensive standpoint, the last 4 years, our offense at Gonzaga has been top in the country. And having an offensive culture, having an offensive plan, a style of play. I think when you talk about taking over a program and having to teach things to, your players and having a conviction of a certain way to play, I gained that, at Gonzaga. And I'm gonna bring it here and I'm gonna be able to teach it because I know and I have confidence that it'll work. And then just with Bryce, I mean, Bryce gave me my first shot. He was the one that kind of helped me develop my foundation in coaching and motivating and teaching and leading. So, I think they both had such a huge integral part. But from an offensive standpoint, the last 4 years is I kind of put my finishing touches on developing how I want to play offensively.
We've seen Valpo win in the NCAA tournament, win conference championships, just one winning season, though, in the past 6 years. What are the challenges to get this program back on its feet and back in this winning culture?
I think just the excitement around hiring me is something that I think is going to, inject some energy. Just where I've come from and the expectation that I'm going to have of winning. I've won pretty much everywhere I've been at a high level. So I think like that belief that I have and the experiences that I have, I'm going to be able to glean from those. And I think the players that I recruit, even the guys here, I've had some meetings with them. I think they're excited to play for someone who has coached a ton of NBA guys, developed NBA guys, won championships, played in a national championship, coached in a national championship. I think they're going to have belief in me to be able to get them to that place. So I think the belief aspect is going to be something that's going to change instantly. Now it's a matter of just putting together a roster and getting the talent that's going to be able to help me, do that here.
We just watched Florida Atlantic make the Final Four. Loyola out of the Valley did so a few years ago. Is that gap closing from the Power Five schools to the mid majors in terms of the way they can quickly get a program to compete, especially at the NCAA tournament level?
It is. And I think, things like the transfer portal, which a lot of people look at it in a negative light, I'm looking at the positive. You can really get some older players, some guys, you can kind of turn the roster pretty quickly as you're trying to build, while at the same time, not losing sight of your core, which is these high school kids in the area that want to be a part of something special. So I think you can kind of balance those two things, the youth and the age together, and it allows teams like or universities like us to go on those runs. And I'm excited to tap into both.
And you got the NIL too, of course, which is a little bit of a leveler to recruit players. How much do you wish that was around for you when you were playing in Champaign?
Oh boy, I would have made some money. I can guarantee you that. Drew Timmy like killed it, at Gonzaga, and some of our players did really well. And I would think that back when I was in Champaign and we were winning the Big Ten every year and playing in national championships, our team would have been like that. I love it though. I think it's great. I was a student athlete. These guys to be able to make some money on their name, image, and likeness, and for us now with the excitement of me coming back to Valparaiso and the excitement in the community, this kind of gives, our community, the Valpo fans and the community, a chance to be a part of something with the NIL and investing into these athletes. So I think it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of creating something that can be special with these guys, and having the fans and the community and the businesses here invested in the success of our program. I'm excited to see how that happens.